if I was on a stream with the late, great, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, I would trust him. But if I'm with the immature world of Twitch and YouTube, fuck no.
Zherka, can I ask you a question? I'm super
Yeah,
curious.
hit me. Make
Okay.
America great again.
Well, I'm gonna at least redeem white women today.
Well, see, careful. That's a tall order.
A long time ago.
When this started.
No redeeming white women. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I have a lifetime of trauma with that.
That's true. That's true. One day at a time, right? I am curious though. You were talking about so one thing that I've noticed. I don't know. I've been in this space for like 10 months, and it's been really interesting to notice that like friendships with streamers is the strangest experience because there's 2 to 3 levels of awareness you have to have about things going on, and it's a weird transaction because every relationship you have is both you might want to have a meaningful connection with somebody, but there's an element that's always commodified about it as well, right? So if I'm friends with Relly and he's a bigger streamer, it's maybe our friendship is super genuine and it's great, but there's also this piece that's going on at all times that my career and his career somewhat benefit from interacting with one another.
Oh yeah.
So
Steven knows what I mean.
Have you become black? I could be wrong. I feel like what I was hearing is that you become black pilled to the point where you would argue you just can't really be friends with streamers. Is that kind of where you're at?
Well, I come from a different background, so the first thing I did on the internet was I asked myself, am I in a workspace where people are stable? And we all know the answer to that. So I just made up my mind not to ever, there's no dirt on me ever, because I really see you guys as extremely unstable and emotionally unfulfilled, nihilistic, and atheists. So you guys are highest level retards to me. But it's good business. It's really good business with you guys,
Yeah. It's interesting. Would you say that you approach every single streamer with that lens? You would look at Steven or Abba and say all retards, never trust.
No. If I was on a stream with the late, great, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, I would trust him. But if I'm with the immature world of Twitch and YouTube, fuck no. But, there's very few people who were like Kevin Samuels who, you can just sense the integrity glowing off them, right? And... yeah, I mean, I'll say this. I'll take it this far. I'll take it this far.
Of all people, and I know Kevin, so why him of all people?
Yeah, what are your cues of integrity?
I think Kevin Samuels was the greatest asset to the black community, and that's why they killed him.
Jesus Christ.
Bro,
I mean,
man, we're doing hot takes today, guys.
Hold on.
I know him personally, and so it's wild. So if you're just doing conspiracies for jokes, I can't even.
Whoa! I'm not doing conspiracy. All I'm saying is it's very shady how he died with Viagra. Did you? That story
Oh
really
God!
It was a weird story. How do you die on Viagra? That's a crazy story. I don't buy it, dude.
Well, I mean, he was actually no. I'm not even gonna say anything. Listen.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing.
You actually met him, Abba?
Yeah.
Wow,
That's cool.
You met him in person?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! And obviously you supported everything.
What do you mean, obviously? Why?
I like how you said that. Obviously supported.
No.
Remember, Abba and Preach are blue pill losers. Remember, John.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. When Abba and Preach go into their nuance zone, where they go, "Oh, we're gonna kind of." That's what I'm saying. Is if Abba and Preach ever discredited one thing that Kevin Samuels said, I would completely think they're crazy. I would mark you guys as crazy, right?
True. Me too.
Because you got to remember, I don't find Andrew Tate and those kind of don't ever have a family channels red pill. I find it very cringe. But Kevin Samuels, his message was just perfect and packaged beautifully with a suit and tie, and he was mean because everyone would waste his time. It was just a perfect message. And I think that was the greatest red pill I've ever seen. It's not Andrew Tate. It's not those channels. And yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you said
So what are your markers of integrity in another streamer? How do you know if you can trust somebody in this space?
Usually if they've had a job before streaming, that was high level. Yeah. If you've had a job before this stuff...
Who on this panel has had a job before? Did you have a job? I know...
Abba has had a job. I know Abba has had a job.
Yeah, I've had a few jobs.
What about you?
He had a high-level job, actually. I know this.
Ooh.
Abba, you worked in sales.
Yeah, no, I've done a lot of jobs. Yeah.
John, did you do a job before streaming?
Steven was a carpet cleaner. I was a bouncer, and I did contracted security work for private events, and for 5 years, and I did sales. So yeah, I've had a job. Yeah.
What about
Irrelevant
relevant? What did he do?
Irrelevant.
I had like summer jobs.
Untrustworthy. Untrustworthy.
Unlucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And Sherry, have you had a job?
Sherry left.
She's gone.
Who am I talking to? Who are you?
I'm Erudite.
Oh my god. Okay.
I've had a job.
Actually, I'm not mad at what Zherka is saying in regards to people actually having jobs before they did any of this stuff. I feel like for people who are like born into this world and like always have lived here, it's a very different experience than people who've like actually done other things. And I think that's true for like most disciplines.
Yes.
I think when you've only done the one thing, your perception is a bit skewed, and I think your approach to it and your outlook on it is like very different.
Well, there's also, I think that there is a thing that, it sounds so cringe. I don't mean to gatekeep, but like working a real job, I think matures you a little bit. Like there's a feeling that you get when you have to wake up and go to some place that you don't like because you have bills to pay and you got to deal with different types of fucking people that are annoying to you. Like I think those types of experiences probably mature you a bit in life. And I think there's a lot of streamers that have never, ever, ever had to deal with that or think about that ever. And they come across, in my opinion, as being very entitled because of that.
Absolutely. I definitely
Well,
agree.
I think this job, like, even if you've had jobs before, what I've noticed is like a lot of streaming pre-selects for like very specific personality types. Because I think you need to have a certain level of like self-focus to think that like I can talk into a camera or like play some video games and make like money doing so. Like, especially a lot of people who stream, their goal is fundamentally to like get famous and get more popular. And so I think like that necessarily, even if you've had a job outside of it, it is pre-selecting for like some level of like self-focus. And I don't think self-focus is bad inherently. The problem is that like usually the people who are the most toxically self-focused rise to like the top of certain chains because they're willing to step on people.
Possibly.
Yeah,
it could also in some ways select for people that like it could be selecting for people with a lot of self-focus, but within a subset of people that have very little self-focus too, which is like a kind of a weird conundrum. Because if you're like a terminally online person all the time, you might be coming from a background of people that are already not very like confident or self-focused too. So you get like a king of the nerds type situation.
If you don't have a bulletproof mind and you get into streaming and YouTube, all the clout, money, Ferraris, you cannot enjoy it. You sleep anxious with anxiety. They're going to cancel me. If you're anything like Steven, who can do wars, cancellations, come back again and again, you can really enjoy it. But if most people, most influencers are cowards, that's why they cope with alcohol, drugs, and all that stuff.
Yep, not me. No drugs here.
It's like this job it's very rare. Like, Abba, you know what I'm saying? When the Hassan Pico's channel was getting on your back, were you guys anxious at all when you went to bed? Like,
no,
I'm being canceled?
not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
But that's why you're so
but that's
successful.
because, like, listen, like I've been doing well in other jobs. Like, if I lose this one day, and I've always, I don't know, I always approach this stuff with like I could lose this at any point. So I'm good right now. I save my money accordingly. I live accordingly. This is a blessing. If it's here, it's here. If it's gone, it's gone. But I don't get stressed about none of this stuff. It's not even happened a single time for me. So, yeah, it doesn't get to me at all.
Not yet.
Yeah, like for example, last night Amaranth. Did you hear what happened with her?
Don't get me started on that. Oh,
I'm
no.
about a husband.
Okay, so
Wait,
her husband.
Jesse,
was
you got a
being-
spicy take on that?
I don't want to talk. I don't know. All right, bye.
Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.